We the people unite.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hi.
How are you
Welcome.
doing?
Hi, everybody.
Good evening and welcome to We the People Unite Roundtable. I am your host tonight, Augusta Winters, and we will say hello and give our supporters a big shout out. Let's do it, guys.
Hi, how you
Hey.
doing? Glad
everybody.
you watched
Yeah.
it. Glad you tuned in.
All right. Tonight, we're going to kick off with not hot topics, but roundtable topics. And these topics will affect you and your life. Please like, subscribe, and also comment. We want to hear back from you. So let's go straight into it. Andrea, you're up, and here's your topic.
Hi, August, and thank you for having me tonight. I had the wonderful chance to watch The Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell last night, and he brought up some valid points. I saw some good people on there. But the one question I wanted to ask myself was, when they thought Michael Jackson was molesting children, they took him to jail. Took him to court so many times. I don't remember how many. They took him in his pajamas. But last night, I found out that 4,725 wire transfers were made to Epstein in reference to young children. Money went to young women, not young men, but they went to young women. Trump, he has made all kinds of excuses. He's called the MAGA base stupid. He's called them stupid. He says he don't know why they're listening to the Democrats and not listening to him. When Elon was said that Trump had some secrets, what did Elon do? He didn't sue Elon, but he wants to sue Rupert Murdoch. I want to know what everybody else thinks. This is really, some children were raped, and they say they were raped. They say they were raped, and matter of fact, JD Vance, his own vice president, has asked him, why don't he come out with the information? Why don't he show everyone? Sometime I think in this that JD Vance, they've set us up for Project 2025 that he was going to be the president all along. I think it's an actual setup.
You got some good points there. So you asked a couple of questions. So which question would you like us to answer first?
Well, the one I was thinking about first was, again, Michael Jackson. They even after his death, they still said he molested young children. And they just kept going after him and after him. And me being from Gary, Indiana, that's not what we heard about him. He just never had a childhood, as far as I knew. Donald Trump, he says he never had a childhood. He was shipped away from his parents' home, probably because he stayed in trouble too. So I'd like to know what you think. Should Donald Trump be going to court?
Absolutely. He is always trying. Absolutely.
He's been all up in the courts. Did you have a clip to share with us?
No,
well, I didn't have a specific clip because, again, the information has not been released. This was just on. This was. I'm trying to find the guy's name.
Lawrence O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't just Lawrence O'Donnell. There was another gentleman that was on the show with him that had brought the information to him, but I don't think he released his name. So no, I don't have any more clips because, again, Donald is fighting releasing the information. He says he only Bondi. That's who it was. Pam Bondi. Donald Trump told Pam Bondi only release pertinent information, and Donald's world was pertinent. So no, this is all going to court. They've already sent this to, I have it down here. They've already sent this to you write too many notes and then you say, what did I do with them notes?
Well, I'm curious. Roseanne, you said you saw this show last night too. What did you think?
Yes. I was shocked when I heard the amount of what the wire transfers were. It was over $1.1 billion over the course of like 10 to 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of, I mean, they were laundering money. It was coming in, going out.
Wow.
And when you hear the depth of that amount, it's like, wow, who are these people? You know, 4,700 plus wire transfers, like Andrea said, and that amount of money. How much were they paying each time they were?
Well, and again, they were wire transfers, and the way they put it was as if they were going between Epstein and Trump.
Yeah,
that's what they hinted at, and it was the executive branch that is given the okay to have this released. But again, they said they only want to release pertinent information.
Wow.
yeah.
And they said the girls range from between 12 and 14.
Yeah. Yeah, they are
disgusting.
And it is. Which is why my comment yesterday afternoon was that, you know, when the base gets the actual information, if they are not shocked and appalled, then there is something wrong with them.
But he really kind of, and I'll let you talk, Marley, in a second, but he really kind of told on himself. You remember in the pageants, he used to go behind in the dressing room.
I was about to say that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, like, come on. He knows.
He would just walk in. He would just walk in while the women were changing. He's, you know, he felt like since he was funding a lot of the pageants that he could just walk in and do what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Roseanne, I don't know if MAGA will get the information, right? They don't really report it on the news that they watch. And they had all this information before, so I don't know.
Well, you know, some of them will definitely be looking into it. That's for sure. And
he's suing Rupert Murdoch to not release it, though.
You know, because this is the one thing that, you know, is like the line, you know, after everything that they're doing. This is like the one thing that they actually are like glued onto a little bit. So I think they're going to find that, you know, they're going to be seeking it out just on their own. But
like the podcasters,
I'm not going to say all of them, but and then also like the podcasters, and then we got the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the you know, a lot of his other people you know, kind of turning on him. So there's a lot of that, and I think that's spreading amongst them because like, oh, let me go talk to my MAGA friend, and then they're not paying attention to it, and then one of their friends tells them about it, and they're like, oh no, you know. So I think it just needs to be circulated so that they are interested in it and look into it themselves.
Well, the other thing it ties into is this picture that they're talking about, you know, that Trump sent the lady to Epstein and then drew the picture of her and her, you know, her area. And what do you think?
Well, who even thinks to create something like that?
Exactly.
I was like, so disgusting. Who comes up with that perversion?
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen Superbad where he like draws like hella dicks in the notebook? Like it's just like a notebook full of dicks and he draws like a dick a day. That's like what that is. It's really weird behavior.
Money.
In this movie called Superbad.
I saw it once and I don't remember that scene at all.
So real quickly, let's just shout out some of our supporters online. We have a new follower. We have Sharon Meacham. Welcome to the channel. And our Tom
Welcome.
Tomato is here. So welcome to the channel, guys. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and we do appreciate your comments. So let's wrap this segment up. So Andrea, how you want to close out?
Well, the other thing I wanted to say is Donald keeps complaining about that. Why didn't Biden, bring this issue up? But he was the one that was actually president when it was first released. He was actually the president when Epstein committed suicide. But did he commit suicide?
No.
Yeah.
Missing 1 minute of that tape.
Yeah.
Missing 1 minute. It was $1.5 billion. 4,000 again, 725 wire transfers that were made. And again, I'm wondering if it's in reference to Project 2025 that they knew all along that JD Vance was going to be president to put him in place for 2028.
No doubt. I wouldn't put anything past them, actually.
Well,
JD Vance is hella
but
he is not gonna be able to live up to be the cult leader.
Live down to being the cult leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one is Speaker of the House. That's bad news too.
Yeah. Johnson.
Oh my gosh. Closet.
I was going to say that guy has his own skeletons.
Yeah.
He's another.
Reuters reported that in the Manhattan federal court they want them to unseal the grand jury transcripts related to Jeffrey Epstein, and every time that Donald Trump name is mentioned, they want it pointed out. So in closing, I just wanted to ask: do you want Vance for president?
Nope.
No. Oh
No.
God, no.
What kind of question is that, Andrea?
Well, I mean, he's really been in the shadows. To me, he's been more in the shadow since Donald Trump has been president. It's been Elon Musk. He was up front, and then it went to nobody.
You know, I won't go into that. Let's move on because that's a whole rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's a whole topic.
Yeah, thank you, Andrea, for this topic. We're going to move into a new segment, and it is going to come from Roseanne. Roseanne has a gentleman that she will like to highlight. So, Roseanne, take it away.
Thank you, August. My good friend Tobin Fraley, who lives in Illinois, is a photographer, artist, as well as a writer. He's been writing weekly segments on and posting on his website, thecagedmind.com. All of his articles are on there, and I'll put it in the chat when I'm complete. So if you ever want to go take a look. The one that I've chosen, and he asked me if I would read this. It's called Present Tense. This is from his July 2nd offering. And it goes something like this. I've struggled some with the content of this week's offering based on the variety of topics that come to mind in reflecting on the present tense. At last, I settled on a subject that, at first, seems to be an odd juxtaposition in terms of the title. But thoughts of the present tense have led me to consider my own death. In other words, the concept of no longer existing, of not being able to observe life or to delve into the questions that pop up during an average day. I won't miss life or neglect my curiosity or long for the people I love, because those sensations require consciousness, and awareness of any sort will have ceased. Despite this strange and almost oxymoronic leap from present tense to death. Please stay with me, and I promise it will become clearer. Of course, death is often considered an unpleasant topic and not one that we usually enjoy dwelling on, but it is nonetheless something we eventually face. So in the process of considering my demise, I am reminded of the present moment, or at least as close to the actual present as is possible. At this moment, I am currently and fortunately among the living and hope to be so for at least a few more years. Even so, the specter of death leads me to wonder about the impact I have made on this world in a relatively minor way and continue to make through actions, writing, and conversations. For a number of years, I wrote poetry. Part of the impetus for producing poems was the writing groups I frequented where there was collegial stimulus to place words in a certain order. The results of those efforts remain in my computer, and every now and then I revisit them. The me that reads those pieces today is different from the me who wrote them 12 years ago. And so, in a present tense perspective, I consider altering them to fit who I am at this time. After all, these are intended to be representative of who I am and the point of view I have of my current environment. The problem is that I change from day to day, from moment to moment. The work would have to be in constant flux to keep up with each new iteration of Tobin Fraley, so I usually leave them alone. The poems, the essays, my many conversations, my relationships with friends and loved ones, the books I've written, my photographs, the actions I take, even the plants I place in our garden are all like footprints, each one different from the other and each one impactful. But it seems to me that instead of creating a permanent outline in the dirt, the inevitable outcome is more as if I'm walking on the sand near the ocean. My footprints are clear and distinct until a wave comes in or the tide rises and they are erased. Time is like the tide, to use an old but appropriate phrase. It washes away the prints we've left behind. And even though there are ripples of our present moments, eventually we are faceless names in an old book or an unknown ancestor in a digital file. I wish I could tell you that I normally focus on the present tense and leave the future to the fates, but I'm not very good at that. I may aspire to spend more time being in the moment and understand how the now me can help in small or perhaps even larger ways. But the future is a cruel prophet. The priestess at the oracle at Delphi drove men mad with her vague predictions of the paths they would walk. But those who asked wanted to know, regardless of the impact on their present selves. I will leave you this week with a song by the great singer-songwriter Phil Ochs. I listen to this every now and then to help me remember that what I do in the present tense doesn't need to resonate in the future. That even if I am vanished into a Salvadorian prison tomorrow, what I do today in this moment is what counts. If I have an anthem, it is this song that is titled When I'm Gone. Below is the first verse, but I've also added a link, which is in the article, so you can also listen to this incredibly powerful song. There's no place in this world where I'll belong when I'm gone, and I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. And you won't find me singing on this song when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And that's so good.
Let's give it
It's
3
nice.
snaps. Snap, snap.
Thank you.
Powerful.
Thank you. Yeah.
Powerful.
He is, I have a couple pieces of his photographs. In fact, I look at one every day outside my office here. And I just picked up another one. He did a whole series. He went to New Orleans and he did a whole series there of people. And the one that I bought is a woman by the name of Raven Vixen. She's a singer-songwriter. She's a tarot reader, May. And it is, you can just see the strength in this beautiful Black woman. I mean, she is amazing. So he did a reading with her, and then he sat down and he said it was an amazing conversation for about 45 minutes with her. And she's, she works on the streets in New Orleans. So like I said, I will put his website in the chat, and
Please do so.
please, if you get a chance, go take a look, because I love his voice, and I really think he has a lot to say.
Thank you, Roseanne, for sharing.
Thank you.
Please like, subscribe, and comment on this poem that was read. Anyone has anything that they would like to share with us in regards to any comments from a panel?
Well, it was inspiring. It touched us. Thank you.
Yes, it really did.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Sharon.
I didn't know I was going to my poetry class. I don't have it until fall. So thank you. Took me right back to school.
Yeah, we're reminded every day to stay in the present.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious. You brought him up in our Wednesday show, or after the show. What was it that reminded you of this piece?
I think it's because Keisha, I have a hard time staying in the present moment. With my job and trying to solve problems and everything else, that's bombarding us. I tend to get a little ratcheted up because I worry. I'm scared. As a older female business owner, it worries me. So I read this, and it just brings me back to center. So.
I like that.
That's great.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Any other comments before we move forward? Thank you, Roseanne, for that. All right, guys. We're going to switch gears, and we're going to go over to Marley. Marley has an interesting point for us. I'm not sure if you guys are aware that the IRS is providing ICE with our information. Marley, I'm going to play your video, and then you come back to us and let us know. All right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Just remember, guys, to go on mute.
The Trump administration is starting to turn over personal data to immigration authorities to aid its crackdown on undocumented immigrants living in the country. The Associated Press reported today the administration is giving ICE access to data of nearly 80 million people enrolled in Medicaid. And a new report by ProPublica finds the Internal Revenue Service is building a computer program that would give immigration agents unprecedented access to sensitive taxpayer data, including home addresses. For more on this, we are joined by one of the reporters on that story. Christopher Bing is technology and national security reporter at ProPublica. Christopher, thank you so much for being here. Lay out for us what you discovered. What kind of data does the IRS have, and why does DHS want it?
The IRS is really seen within the government as sort of the holy grail when it comes to data. It has a ton of personal identifiable information for the vast number of Americans and also undocumented people that live in this country. And that information includes home addresses, familial relations, employment information. It also includes information about their banking and financial situation. And so in the hands of immigration enforcement officers, it could really be a treasure trove.
For people who might be surprised by this, people who are undocumented in the US are paying taxes and thus their data is with the IRS?
That's exactly right. Yeah, the IRS really encourages everyone in the United States who makes an income to pay taxes, and that includes undocumented immigrants. And there's a whole separate category for immigrants to file taxes. And historically, the way it's been viewed is that these immigrants would pay taxes in the hopes that it would help them in immigration court. It would show their life here, the fact that they're paying taxes, that they're following the law, and they actually viewed it as something that would help them in the immigration process. They never expected that they would then be used against them in this way.
So you saw the blueprints for this particular computer program. How would it work in practice?
Yeah, it's actually, the system is still in development, but it is, the experts that we spoke to said it's quite crude in design, and it would basically just ingest a giant
yes, you can stop there.
Create.
Last night I was watching PBS NewsHour and I was shocked to hear about this. I didn't know that they were doing that. I don't even know if it's legal. They also go on to talk about later in the interview how it's unprecedented and how other people are quitting because of it, because there's a code, something that the IRS agents believe in, and that's for any third party to keep to protect our data. And that's not happening. They're creating a computer program that's going to be on demand for ICE to be able to look up the people that supposedly they want to deport. But the question is, why do they need like 80 million people's information to access? I want to know what you guys think about that, because it could potentially affect you. There could be
That's all sorts of fucked up. That's pretty much what I think about that.
Yeah, so that's happening, and people are. So yeah.
I mean, wow. I mean, that's just. And again, like the word legal. Sorry, I have construction in my background. The word legal, like, does that even mean anything? Do these fucking court cases mean anything anymore? Like the whole judicial system is like useless at this point. What the hell is that?
Ice cream truck.
So much going on in my environment.
Yeah, there's no law and order right now.
I mean, that
what's scary to me,
illegal, but doesn't matter.
No. And it's ICE. Like, we don't even know if these ICE agents who they are. They're masked, and now these masked people are getting on-demand information from American taxpayers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I wanted to add to that was the Centers for Medicare and Medicare Services have been given permission by the Department of Homeland Security that they can go into any person's files that's Mexican or, not just Spanish American, but anybody that they want to. They have permission to go through their files until September 9th of this year. So if they went to a hospital and had emergency services provided, they can, and if their names sound foreign, which, they single out Hispanics and African Americans, whether they from, Bahamas or wherever they from, but they single those people out, and but they can look at their information Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. until September 9th. And that falls under ICE. They can get their address, their birth dates, their ethnic and racial information, and their social security numbers if they have one. But if they're here illegally, they're not even supposed to have a social security number, but that's the information they're looking for.
Again, I go back to who the fuck cares about who is here illegally if they're not doing anything wrong? Like we're spending all this money and time on this nonsense, and we could be directing our time and energy to more important things.
Wasting money.
Exactly, Keisha. Exactly.
They paid more in taxes than U.S. citizens.
Mm-hmm. Get nothing.
And they work harder.
What you say?
And they work harder as well, Andrea.
They are very hard workers. You're right.
You know?
And Keisha, you know, it's not about them being legal or illegal. It's about the color of the skin. It's about them being a scapegoat and using the word undocumented or illegal. I don't know.
And that's
it's getting scarier and scarier.
You know, and who cares? Like, why are people pretending like that's not the core of the issue? That they want to get rid of all the brown people. Like, let's say
I ain't seen any white people.
No, you know, and honestly, you guys, like, I gotta keep it a beam. I'm really kind of disappointed in the brown Latino people because of the way that they voted, you know, and just the percentages of that, because they really made themselves, and this come out of straight up love, but they made themselves an easy target. They really did. They did. I mean, first of all, they voted for it. There was no education about, you know, what is going on. Like, I just feel like there's something that didn't work out or something that needs to click, because I mean, we saw the other day some dude, a father of 3 Marines, got, you know, his ass whooped by ICE, detained. He has 3 Marine U.S. citizen, like veteran.
Oh yeah, I've seen that story.
Yeah. And he just got out. He was in jail or detained for like 2 months or something like that. And as soon as he got out, they're talking about, oh, he's gonna go to his court case in August. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Do you not see what's going on? Why would you go to the court where they just jacking people like straight out as soon as you go? And do you think you're gonna get citizenship? No, you're gonna be denied. So like, why would like I can't. How can I help you if you're
between a rock and a hard place? Like, go to court, don't go to court. Either way, you're kind of screwed.
Don't fucking go. Don't go. That's what I think.
I take your point, but I think it's important to disaggregate the Latino community, because if it is 65 million, like Laura Loomer disgustingly pointed out, they're not all the same.
I know that they're not, but like,
I just want to say this for the record, like Mexicans in California are different from Cubans in Florida, are different from Venezuelans in Texas.
Yeah, and the Spaniards as well.
Yes. Yeah, I just don't understand the disconnection, and like like I wouldn't be taking my ass to no court nowhere. I'm telling you that right now, like for real. Okay, we can do it on Zoom. We could do it on Zoom. We could, you know.
Great point.
These stories actually all tie in together, you know. That these are stories so that we can be distracted, is what I feel. You know, if we're paying attention to Epstein, or if we're paying attention to ICE, it's something. As long as we're not talking about Donald Trump, he likes to keep, you know, he loves to distract. We love to distract,
not working.
And delay and distract. It's not
delay. Yeah.
But Andrea, we can walk and chew gum at the same time, and that's
he thought of us as, he thinks we're stupid, and that's why he keeps saying he loves stupid people.
Yeah, it's a lack of critical thinking and people reading.
And a lot of them are stupid, and he's not wrong. And I'm sorry to just say it, but let's just keep it a beam. We're not stupid, but there's one.
That's why they're taking the books away. I don't want you to read this. I don't want you to learn that. I don't want you to learn. I don't want you to read, write, or, you know, have cognitive thoughts.
And they want to destroy history.
Yeah.
Specifically, like Black American history. I think too that people who see Trump for what he is, we need to start using the language. I don't think that we're saying the right language. Like, he's a white supremacist.
That's right.
They're racist.
A lot of people don't is because they don't want to. They scared they're gonna get sued or I think somebody already has this topic, so I won't say it. But everybody's losing their jobs, and
we need to say we're in like we have
IRS. Even though he don't pay taxes, he'll have our IRS all over you.
Well, you know what? It's fascism. I'm going to say it. I know some people are afraid to say it, but that's what he is. Either he will to it or not. And that's scary, isn't it? Because it's happening even globally.
We're here, and it's right
now. And why people cannot go back in time and understand what the most awful fascist was. It was Hitler. And that's a lot of history that needs to be paid attention to. And I agree with you all. I don't think it's being taught at all.
No.
But I just want to highlight Tom in the comment section. He indicated the easiest way to take away essential human rights is to moralize a group of people and remove their rights, but unknowingly to other citizens, their rights have also been removed. And that's the ignorance that is being played out. Good point, Tom.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
with this, we're always focusing on, illegals, but what they're doing to people, what ICE is doing and putting them in detentions, creating programs to take your information from the IRS or from your history with Medicaid. That's us. That's going to happen to us. They just using them because people can get behind it because they're so freaking racist. So I agree with you, Tom.
Absolutely, Tom. Tom is spot on with that.
Yep. Something that Tom said though, right there. One thing that I do want to point out, and this is for the Black people, I've seen a lot of TikToks talking about, oh well, you Black people are next after us, and it's like, wait, hold on, Swerve. We were first. We've been going through this for quite a bit, and we were trying to tell y'all how this really feels, and now you're getting it. So I don't want to hear none of that. Okay, let's
make money. They forgot they're the immigrants. We're not immigrants.
Thank you.
We're not immigrants.
I don't know who told you that we were, because
that's what they forget. We're not immigrants.
Failed in history class.
We didn't want to come here,
and that's why they don't want you to learn your history. That's right, Marley. They don't want you to know your history because you didn't know that Donald Trump is an immigrant, Melania Trump is an immigrant, and everybody else is an immigrant. I used to love this country.
Yeah.
But every time he's in office, I still love people, but he makes me sad. I can't believe he wants to, like I said, not feed children, not feed seniors. We'd rather destroy food and crop than to give it to people. We don't want to. We used to be known around the whole world as a country that would help our neighbors. Now our neighbors, even though we're so mean to them, they still come help us.
Yeah, Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah, these people are tripping straight up.
Yeah.
Man, it's out of pocket. All right. What's next?
All right, let's move on ahead. Thank you so much, Marley, for that topic. We're going to go over to Keisha. Keisha's going to set it up. And when you're ready, Keisha, for me to show yours, you just let me know. Keisha, take it away.
Yeah, so there have been a lot of revolutions throughout history, and to name a few, there's the American Revolution, where we separated from the British. There's the French Revolution. There's the Haitian Revolution. There's been all kinds of rebellions of enslaved people. But how do you know what a revolution looks like? We could actually be at the start or in the middle of a revolution, because, and August, if you'll put up, I list out here some of the things that are going on now that have basically served to destroy this country in a period of 6 months. And obviously some of this stuff has been bubbling under the surface for longer than that, but it's just been incredible how fast Trump and his administration have just torn things apart. So we have Elon Musk buying elections. We have Congress that's basically just given Trump all of their power. Like, they're just like, here, you can do whatever. We're just going to take it. And that's on both sides, because there's just a lot of Democrats not doing anything. The Supreme Court told him that he can do anything and get away with it. And then we have someone in office who is a 47 times over felon and an adjudicated rapist.
That's right.
And for the Epstein discussion, probably a hebephile, as we learned the word from Kim the other day.
I learned on this show.
I sure hope so. And so what I want us to think about, because I don't think that voting harder, voting bluer is going to save us this time. I think we have destroyed things to the point where who is going to trust that the next major election was won fair and square, regardless of who wins? Either side is going to feel either side is going to feel like someone must have cheated. So we have to start over. And what I think we all need to be prepared for is thinking about, what do we want our new world to look like? What kind of country do we want to live in? I have a few ideas, but I want to hear from you all. And some of the things that I want to see, I've mentioned before, like, I don't want there to be an electoral college. The electoral college came about to basically deny the power of newly freed Black people.
All right. Racist.
It's still in effect all these decades, centuries later. It's absurd. I want there to be truth in media again. If you report the news, you shouldn't just be able to say sound bites without giving any kind of context, so that you're basically running someone's campaign for them. Like, Trump got into office because all of these media outlets were just playing his sound bites nonstop, repeatedly. It became like a TV show for people, to the point where he got elected because he was a celebrity. I want networks like Fox News to not be able to exist. If they exist, it has to be as an entertainment network, and it needs to be emblazoned every time they run a show that these people are, everything they're saying is either satire or some kind of entertainment.
Oh,
it
so
not
Keisha, let's take your first question. And
well, actually, I do have some questions that I want to queue up.
Okay.
So,
all right.
What do you want to see in this new nation? Who should we be? What should we stand for? What do you think what makes a great nation?
What makes a great nation?
Yeah.
Freedom of speech. And I feel like that's really being taken away from us. The media is so different now, the legacy media. For me, it's freedom of speech and rights for everybody. I mean, people, there's just too much cruelty from this administration. I go back a ways, and I've never seen anything so awful. I used to really want to support a campaign. I supported Bobby Kennedy before he died. I was in college, and then he was assassinated. So I went through, that was hard, going through those assassinations. In my generation, Martin Luther King, I just have to share this, and of course, John F. Kennedy. But even with all that, we got all our rights back through President Johnson. I wasn't a big fan of his, but he put so many things in place for all of us and our freedoms. And I can't stand the way everything is going backwards and being taken away. And there's too much fuss over the people in our country, wanting ICE going after them. It's just terrible. There's just too much cruelty. I want freedom. I want freedom and kindness. Kindness is so important. That's all I'll say on that.
I would like this racist shit to be done with. Can we cut that shit out? Like, can we, can Black people get reparations up in here? I want some of that. I want just everybody to be leveled out. Everybody respect each other, and especially Black people in this country, because there has come a point where I think That is a huge, major fucking issue in this country, and it needs to be eradicated. Like all this racist KKK bullshit. Keep that at your house, Cletus Earl. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have time for that. Like, if you're gonna be here, then you need to shut the fuck up, because that we are not going anywhere with all this racism that's going on in this country. It's just too thick. It's too much. Way too much.
I agree with May Money. I think it's hard to even change America because it's built on racism.
Yeah.
Like, look what they did to the Native Americans. Look what they brought us over. They brought our ancestors over and treated us worse than animals. And then they built a system that just perpetuates this. It's like the same system, but it just looks different. White rich men on the top, and everybody beneath them.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. I mean, I thought that the Constitution helped, and Black Americans made it better for everybody who's here in America, but it's not working. It wasn't work because of the politicians, specifically the Supreme Court. Like, it's not working, and it's because I believe white people, white men, rich white men, just like back in the day, they just want all the power. So I don't know. Definitely, Keisha, there does need to be a revolution, but it's hard to see that.
It's not even just the power they want. I mean, when I was growing up, little girls could walk around the streets and not being afraid of being accosted or traded in a ring or something. You know, they used to walk the streets. You can't walk the streets anymore. You afraid your son gonna be put in one of these rings.
Yeah.
So, and who would ever thought that the president of the United States would be accused of this? It would be a party for this.
There's a couple of... Oh, go ahead, Roseanne.
No, all I was going to say is I want to see empathy, but when it comes to the people in Congress, there needs to be an age limit. And when you get to be 82, you're done, because we need younger voices who can speak. You know, the millennials, the Gen Xers, whatever, you know, we need those people to come forward and be able to start creating laws for us and helping.
Well, the older people are supposed to lead. You know, what I mean by lead is I should be able to mentor any one of you and learn from me. And then I let you, and that's what I've done with my 3 sons. I did. I taught them, and then I let it go. And then they turned out to be wonderful people. But we don't trust our youngsters now. We don't trust them. We think they're nuts. And all of them are not nuts.
No.
I agree. It's quite offensive, actually. I found it to be, you know what I mean? Like, the infantilization of us is actually quite annoying, and it needs to stop.
Well, the issue with Chuck Grassley yesterday, I mean, if you watched Cory Booker, the Democrats walked out, and he's, you know, Cory is there. He's trying to get this guy to wait like 30 minutes. Let's have a discussion. That's what we are supposed to do. I mean, that man is 92 fucking years old. Enough. He should be done. He should be out of there. He can't possibly understand what's happening in this country. He's so old. No offense. I mean, I'm old. I'm an old people be knowing, but you know, but I get what's going on here. That guy doesn't know shit from shinola, as my dad would say. You know?
All right. I just want to shout out some of our comments. Thank you for the engagement. I just want to shout out Anitra. Happy birthday to you. And
happy birthday.
Anitra is in the house. Welcome, Michelle. And we already, and Pitchfork Dragon in the house with his comment. All right, Pitchfork. But we're going to continue with Keisha. Keisha has a little bit more, and then we'll switch to our last topic. So Keisha, continue.
So to close this out, I do want to just gently push on some of the things that y'all said. Free speech and no racism. I think what I would challenge us to do is think about what that looks like in practice, because it's easy. We have free speech theoretically, but sometimes people take it too far. Do we want to have limits on that? Germany has been experimenting with that. And with no racism, I think to Pitchfork's point, we need to hold people accountable. So once this administration is done, there should be no, well, for the sake of peace, let's not bother with a trial.
Call them out.
Yes, call them out, put them in jail, whatever we need to do. We need to show that we hold people accountable and that these things that they're doing are wrong so that we can move forward. And I think like with the Civil War, had we like actually had consequences for what happened in the South, maybe we wouldn't be in this situation in the first place.
Well, it didn't get this bad until Trump.
But it was there.
It was always there.
I'm saying it starts at the top. We examples like
that. But it was there though the entire
when Obama was president, people were still being courteous to one another.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump in real quick. We understand exactly what you're saying, Andrea, but this has been festering for a while. Folks felt the heat, and he only gave them the avenue to say what they wanted.
I agree.
You know what? All I'm saying is you cannot just say what you want to say. You got to be accountable for your thoughts and your actions. And we have stopped calling people out and letting them be ashamed of it, because some of the stuff out here, like they Karens and this and that, it has to stop.
Well, one thing that would have to happen is they should have put him out of office.
Yeah,
not condone what he's doing, but put him out
his ass in jail.
I'm upset about
we can start there.
Well, the Supreme Court, what the heck? It shouldn't even
they
be.
All need to go. They all need to go.
Giving them too much protection. And boy, it's really obvious now, isn't it? And
we are literally gonna have to, but when this is all said and done, literally have to wipe everybody in the government losing their job. And you're gonna have to reapply, okay? And we got some standards here now. People need to be held accountable. A lot of these motherfuckers need to go to jail. They built their own personal jail over there at Alcatraz Alligator, okay? You can go there, and then anybody else.
Alligator Alley.
Your ass is going to jail. You cannot do no Sieg Heil bullshit in Germany. You will be taken to jail if you do that shit there. MAGA hats, jail. Fucking fucking insurrection, jail. KKK, jail. All that shit, jail.
So I agree with
I just want to say to guys that we have 12 people that are definitely viewing right now and commenting. Thank you, our supporters, for coming on. Great roundtable. It is definitely happening. And Tom, we're just going to shout you out. It was not socially acceptable, aka politically correct. Thank you, Tom. But Keisha, that was definitely a hot topic. I want you to finish up, Keisha, and then we'll move on.
So to close, I will just ask that everyone take some time to think about this, because I do believe that it is possible to rebuild, and we are going to need to rebuild. So think about what you want in a new society and challenge other people to do the same.
I don't think I want free food though, like, a free grocery store. Nah, I'd rather pay for it. I want to pay. I don't want my eggs to be high.
I want people to talk to me with dignity and respect.
I mean, I don't want my eggs to be like $10 or $11.
But we in the richest country in the world. The prices don't have to be that high. Even if I would pay for it, don't have to be that high.
Well, they go up every week, don't they?
Yeah, you can't. My son, I'm like, pick me up something too.
I just feel like we're getting raped.
To be more about our climate, because look at what the fuck is going on with that too. We need to really do something about that, because this shit is getting wild.
Well, Trump got in office and stopped everything.
Oh, yeah, it's very dangerous. Yeah.
Stopped everything.
Yeah.
But we're allowing it. Okay,
the
Trump
Supreme
has his
Court
bad
allowed
point,
it.
but we're not stopping it.
Well,
We
Come on,
keep
we gotta
trying. That's
keep it
why we're
100.
here. That's what made us come
Yes,
here. 'Cause
we're
we're
the
trying.
people unite, but guess what? We got to start talking to our neighbors.
I
Red
do.
state, blue state, they need to stand up and be accountable as well because it's affecting everyone.
That's right.
oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
And Keisha, I know, get money out of politics. For me, that's a big
No,
thing.
that
Because
is,
they're corrupt.
yeah, you're right about that. I've been thinking that a long time. There just should be a certain amount that all of them have the same amount,
Right.
and
No lobbyists,
it
nothing.
really has caused so many problems. Now,
I think they should give free airtime. Now that should be free airtime where they don't have to pay us to tell us what they want to tell us.
Right.
You shouldn't be able to pay $100 million and you pay $10,000 and get the most, and you get the most airtime over here. Just give them the same amount of airtime and then we go vote. And I don't think there should be a two parties in the country. I think whoever wants to run, and whoever wins, wins.
It's about ideas.
I just want to shout out Pitchfork, and we're keeping it positive. Thank you, Pitchfork. To rebuild, step one is writing an agenda right now that counters all the negative effects of Project 2025. That is true. Agenda 47 as well. Same thing. So, Pitchfork, that's the start. All right. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it 100.
who said this? I do have to say this. I have thought for a long time we need to get rid of the electoral college. It's never made sense.
Yeah.
No, it was geared towards,
Yeah, I do.
Racism.
people of color and
They
racism.
say it was geared towards the people that had less people representing them in their state, and no, it didn't work.
All that gerrymandering.
It always got to do it. You still had to do it money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle Baker, you're on point with network accountability can certainly happen before political change, and it needs to. The people can push hard for that. Thank you, Michelle Baker.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're just calling out some of our things because we have a lot of people that's online, and we really, truly appreciate the engagement. Keisha, anything else before we move over to May Money and close this out tonight?
Okay. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate the passion.
Thank you, Keisha. We knew it was going to be a saucy topic. All right.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's good, Keisha. Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
Very
And
good.
important and necessary. We need to come back to that.
Absolutely. So, last night, Trump. He think he's doing something. But let me just play this video.
Before we start the
quick.
show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And yeah, I share your feelings.
We wouldn't believe it either if we didn't just see it with our own eyes. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert has been canceled and will end its 11-year run in May 2026. Stephen made the announcement during Thursday's taping.
It's not just the end of our show, but it's the end of The Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away.
In a statement, CBS said, quote, "This is purely a financial decision against a challenging backdrop in late night. It is not related in any way to the show's performance, content, or other matters happening at Paramount. The show has been #1 in late night for 9 straight seasons. Stephen's comedy resonates daily across digital and social media, and the broadcast is a staple of the nation's zeitgeist."
Let me tell you, it is a fantastic job. I wish somebody else was getting it. And it's a job that I'm looking forward to doing with this usual gang of idiots for another 10 months.
After you pick your jaw up off the floor, let us know your take in the comments.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you, Stephen.
It is May.
No, so
They
this is
kneeled.
what I think about this. And first of all, I felt really sad because I really like Stephen Colbert. I really do. Like, he seems like a straight up dude. But I don't think it has anything to do with him. I really think, silencing. They trying to just tear it out. Who's next? Who's next? What? Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel, they said.
Trump. Yeah,
Oh,
Trump.
no, no. They said on the Comic View channel. What's his name? Oh, on the Comic View channel.
Oh, Jon Stewart?
Yes, they said Jon Stewart is next. And then Jimmy Kimmel.
I didn't see. Well, it doesn't matter what order you do them in.
And that's going to be my Whoopi Goldberg.
Anything that, what I have to say about this, anything that opposes him is going to go one way or another, but fuck them. Okay, then we'll just go ahead. People are going to follow Stephen Colbert anywhere the fuck he goes. Okay.
So on the YouTube.
Yeah, independent media.
Yeah, YouTube will gladly take him, and he will probably be just fine. You know what I mean? But this is some scary shit, and so again, like what we were talking about, the freedom of like the media and like the actual accountability of like telling the truth and being able to have access to that, and the freedom of speech and journalism is just being fucked up. You know what I mean? And that's scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, CBS, if they got some issues going on, but fuck them, because I don't want to be involved. I think Steven deserves better anyway. I don't want to be involved with anybody that's involved with this fucking man in office. Okay, period. So hey, thank you for showing your true colors, CBS. Go fuck yourselves.
Well, I think everybody is going to start turning cable off, if they haven't done it already. Yeah. And everybody, excuse me, is going to independent streaming and going to YouTube, and may the best man or woman win.
That's a good point, Keisha, about the people that are going to lose their jobs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same with what happened with Joy Reid show. All her people.
I know.
Yeah. Jim Acosta too. His people.
Yeah. This is all of this that we're talking about, the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get happen. It's gonna get worse.
He's destroying this country.
We got to take care of each other, though. That's really the only thing that we can do. Like, I know those people, but like, make sure that Steven has something for them, or that gives them a nice severance package or something to make sure that they're taken care of, and we're taking care of our communities, because ain't nobody out here to help us but ourselves.
Just like you said, May Money, what they've done to you since you've been not working for this summer, it's bad all over. It's gonna get worse, because the tax break that Donald had signed in the law, that big ugly bill, it goes into effect in 26. We haven't even seen the result of giving the top 1% all of our money that we don't have to give.
100.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to a comment that Underhill made, where he said we need to boycott. And I know the boycott helped with Target, and I do agree that we need to start boycotting the news organizations and the networks that are obviously bowing and taking a knee to Trump. And it's really effective. I don't know if people are going to do it, but that's a good point, Underhill.
No, yeah, absolutely. I honestly, someone in Michelle Baker, I think maybe is usually the one, like, we need to just stop everything. We need to just stop everything, literally. Like,
I
don't go to school, don't go to nowhere. Do we just
everybody don't need to go to work? Don't go to work. Don't go to school. Don't do nothing and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no cars on the road. Just stop. I mean,
I don't want to experience COVID again.
I don't want to experience fascism.
So we don't. Nobody's gonna die. They're just not going to work that day or school.
Yeah, I don't need to. Hey, I haven't been to work in 2 months, so I'm cool. Y'all can come down here and join me. I got 40 cents in my pocket right now. That's it. That's my life.
If you get a large people, well, not even a large amount. What is it, 3.5% that what's his name? Ginger, Jolly Ginger. What's his name?
Jolly.
Jolly.
Ginger
It
Jolly.
said that you could
Is
just
it
pick a
Jolly
day.
What is it? I forgot now.
No.
Jolly good ginger.
Yeah,
Jolly good ginger.
Yeah.
You can organize and pick a day and just nobody go to work, nobody spend any money.
Yep.
You don't have, yeah.
They don't believe a shit. Them people that still got $5 in their pocket, they gonna see it. They gonna see it.
Well, they're gonna feel it.
Target has definitely felt it.
No, they feel it.
Has really felt it. You're right, Roseanne.
Yeah.
I ain't never going to Target ever again.
No.
Target and Walmart next. Walmart too, though. Walmart filling it, but Target
Who's going to Walmart? The only
Sam's
people that
Club
go to
filling it
Walmart
too,
is
though.
if they don't have anywhere else to shop.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
I won't even step foot in Target and Home Depot too. Hody, as I call it. There's no way I'm going to Home Depot.
If I can figure out how to get rid of the Supreme Court.
Oh yeah, they just
need to go.
All power. They gave them all power.
They might need to be investigated in the Nuremberg
And that's
trials too. I'm sorry, like they need to be looked at, you know. And if you didn't do nothing wrong, then you have no problem being investigated.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to give a quick shout out to Costco for holding strong on their DEI.
Yes.
Yeah, I ran out and got my
upgraded
Costco
my
membership
just this past weekend. I said, put me back as a plus member or whatever y'all call it.
You know what? They treat their employees really well too.
They do.
Yes.
Business is booming.
I must say that Costco really stepped up and stood on solid ground for everyone.
Yes.
And
we need more of that.
Yes, if you can, guys, please put your money behind Costco because they showed up and they showed out for us. He did not intimidate them.
He sure didn't. And God blessed them for it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we are at the bottom of the hour. The engagement has been off the hook, and I am so proud of our supporters. Thank you for those individuals. It was a lot of people on tonight, Friday night. Thank you for spending the time with We the People Unite. And we just want to let you know, each and every one of us going to do a quick round robin at this round table just to say something positive before we leave out.
Okay.
Also watch Walking Dead reaction videos.
I would like to start out with Maureen.
You know, I went and visited some trolls at Fioli yesterday with my 7-year-old nephew, and that is what in life makes me smile and enjoy life. And this artist was amazing from Amsterdam who put that together for Fioli. I had so much fun, and I love my little 7-year-old. He knows what life is about.
All right, let's go over to Marley.
Yeah, what makes me happy and what's positive for me today is my little dog Steffi. It's her birthday today. She's 3 years old. We went to the dog park.
Steffi.
So she always brings love and light in my life. Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna wish Steffi a happy birthday. And let's go over to Andrea.
I think what makes me happy is when people smile and say hi to me, or I smile and say hi to them, and we don't even know each other.
All right, let's go over to Keisha.
I just think it's in terms of what we want to see our nation look like. I think this group and how we get along, and we're all different ages and from different places, that gives me hope. And I would like to see more of that.
And Roseanne.
I'm grateful for all of you. And my 12 paws make me smile a lot. And like Andrea said, I try to be kind and say hello to people if I see them walking in my neighborhood. And I just want more of that. So everybody have a good weekend.
And before I go, I'm going to go with Made Money. Come on, bring it home.
I am going to turn on the Walking Dead reaction videos that I've been waiting to watch all day.
Reaction videos. I watched the whole series of The Walking Dead. Everything they came with.
So I used to, fun fact about me, I used to actually do reaction videos to the new episodes of Walking Dead when they were airing. Like, I have, like, if you go on my channel in my archives, they're all there.
Oh, okay, I will.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Lots of tears and shock and awe and everything. And so now I just watch everybody else because now I can't, I like to watch people experience the things that I love for the first time. It's weird. I don't know. So I watch people watch shit. Yeah, I don't know. I love to do it.
We like to see people happy.
That makes me happy. And, so, and there's a really good episode that they're about to get on. And, The Walking Dead makes me feel so powerful. Like, I love Rick Grimes as a character. Like, I feel like biting out somebody's throat if they fuck with me. You know what I mean? I'm like, let's go, So that's what just makes me feel good. I'm gonna smoke some weed about it and have a good.
I like him when he kisses her. They say, ooh, they be kissing. What's her name? I forgot her name right now.
Michonne.
Michonne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we love Michonne. Yeah.
So I just want to read our last supporter. Tom says, I'm grateful to God because, Tom, I just lost it. I'm sorry. I'm grateful to God because, let me see if I could get it back.
I can read it for you.
I can read it. Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I'm grateful to God because he sent me to the Lemon Nation, and because of the Lemon Nation, we have all of you.
We the people.
I'm grateful for it too.
Thank you.
I'm going to close out with some movies of richness. I'm going to tell each and every one of you, it's the weekend. Let's step into our power. Let's be strong. Remember who you are and never forget to smile. A smile could bring a warm heart. A smile could make a rainy day bring the sun out and shine. So go ahead, powerful people, shine. And until we see you on Wednesday again at this time, thank you from We the People. And don't forget, our Millennium Gaze is on Monday at 4:30 Pacific time. So please come by, check out our Millenniums and also us on Wednesday. On behalf of We the People, we say good night and have a great weekend. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Yes.
We the people unite.